Hey guys, it's Nancy and Vince from Livin Podcast, and we are also your 2025 ambassadors for The Longest Table.
We are raising some much-needed funds for the Hospital Research Foundation this year by throwing our very own event, More Livin' Christmas in July.
So put on your daggy sweater, let's raise some much-needed funds for the Hospital Research Foundation. Only 120 tickets available, so be quick. The link is in our bio.
Do not miss it. It's really the present that keeps on giving.
It really is, and thanks to our major sponsors, the Christmas Heirloom Company. Come join us.
We'll see you there. Living on a prayer?
Yeah.
No, not into Bon Jovi?
No, oh, God, I love Bon Jovi.
Never had a bad time at a Bon Jovi concert.
Never.
Never.
Ever.
How many Bon Jovi concerts have you been to?
Only two. One in Melbourne and one at Adelaide Oval.
Adelaide Oval? Went to Amy Park, like football park.
Yeah, I was there once, yep.
I went to that one there.
Yep.
And then I went to Botanic Park more recently. That was the last time.
Oh.
I reckon we went a couple of times. Guys, good morning.
Good
Monday.
morning. It's a Monday. We're back on the couch here in Vince's studio. I'm Nancy Timpano.
And I'm Vince Fusco, the owner of said studio. Great to have you back with us this week. I was just saying, as we started, we're talking about the jingle and living.
Yeah.
And even that clip that you posted last week, I agree that, someone said, no G. I was like, no, we're living, baby. But it's living on a prayer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what this other song is that you're talking about. But
You know that song, Living Your Best Life? Something
don't.
like that.
I don't know that one.
Oh, let me producer Nancy now.
Okay,
just
well,
quickly.
you do that. But I was saying living on a prayer, and then I was reflecting and saying you've never had a bad time at a Bon Jovi concert.
Never.
Never. Oh, I remember the one that he did at Amy Stadium at Football Park, the first one I went to. I ended up getting like $30 tickets. So I bought 20 tickets and just invited all my cousins, all my friends, and we all went and had the best time.
Wow. $20 a ticket.
$30. It was like $30 tickets, so I bought 20 of them.
Oh, right.
And then I was like ringing everyone like, guys, we're going to Bon Jovi. Let's all go. And then I had a rehearsal that night, so I missed the support act. I arrived just as they came on stage, and the next day I was flying out to Malaysia to do a performance. So I went from rehearsal to Bon Jovi with like 19 of my friends and family.
Wow.
We just drank beers all night and sang our hearts out. And then I got to go home, pack a bag, get on a plane and go perform.
Wowzers.
It's one of my favourite memories.
Yes, I know. And we could do it back then. Isn't it funny? Like
I
now
reckon
the
I could
thought
do it
of
now.
it.
No,
Yeah.
I could do it now.
Oh, yeah, if it came to
surely.
performing, I reckon I could easily do it, but otherwise I'd be in bed at 9.
Last night,
Do you
can I
know
tell
what
you,
I
it was 8:37 and Joya said, should we go to bed? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
8:37.
Get
What a
the
time.
wheat bag.
Oh my God, last night. My neck is out so bad. I was complaining to you before when you arrived. I've got such a headache this morning. I'm sorry if I sound flat, guys. It's not you, it's me.
It's not, I've heard that before.
Well,
I've heard that
I
before.
used to say it's not me, it's you. Just be straight up. But no, my neck is out and it's giving me such grief today.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope that doesn't. See, now you're
And now that I'm
do
looking
that.
at you,
yeah,
I'm
that
like-
hurts even more.
Did
Anyway,
you find this song?
I've found a Jessie J song, but it's not. I think it's actually commercial. There's actually commercial on. I think it's just a jingle of an ad. Now, when I think about
It's
it,
probably like something for
Living
life
your
insurance or
best
something.
Life. But there is a Living My Best Life Jessie J song. How does it go? Let me have a listen here. Do you know?
I don't know this one. Sounds like what you were singing.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, look.
Well, look, let's workshop that.
We're going to workshop
Let's
that. It's going to need a listen. It's going to need a bit of a spin.
Anyway,
But we were
ask our
talking-
viewers, our listeners.
Guys,
do you want a new jingle?
I don't know if you do, but like everyone knows this jingle, and I
Correct.
love how many people recognise it for us.
Yes, they
and,
do.
And even like I have people in my office who listen to the show.
Yes.
And then when I sit next to them, they'll be like, "Oh, Dad, it's like, am I living?"
Yeah.
And I always make you know who I think of, Berjo, every time. From
I've
that
been in
video.
Target with a friend and it started playing and I haven't flinched and my girlfriend's gone like, Nance! And I'm like,
great.
I love that. So maybe we shouldn't change it.
I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things, I suppose. You hear it, gives you a bit of comfort. You know that you're up for a good chat with your
Yes,
friends, which
yes.
brings me to today's topic, Nance.
Yeah.
We're thinking a little bit about the show is what we would consider for some therapy,
It really is.
I would say. Not just for us.
Yeah.
for our listeners.
Yep. It really is therapy because it's just things that have happened or we might be about to encounter and we talk it out.
Just want to unpack some things,
Yeah.
or like, how would we approach that? How would you approach that if you're listening, watching, or how would you on the couch? You know what I mean? Like you said, it's real life for us. But it's those moments when topics catch you by surprise, or the conversation gets you by surprise.
The
and you go,
conversation,
I didn't expect that today, but that was exactly what I needed to hear.
Absolutely. I was just saying to you before how sometimes, you know, you might ring a friend to say, hey, have you got a cup of sugar I can come over and borrow? I'm just a stupid example.
You are my
whatever.
neighbour.
Yeah, and then from that, it turns into a therapy session. You start talking about, you know, what's going on in your relationship or whatever. And then you hang up and you're like, wow, that really
Needed
took
that.
a turn and I needed it.
Yeah.
I needed it. I had that this week. I had a beautiful girlfriend of mine from interstate, which we met, 11 years ago now, and we just keep in touch just every now and then, a little message, a little meme, a little thought. We're not in each other's faces all the time at all. Anyway, she happened to message me and she said, hey, Nance, how about Monday we book in a cuppa together?
I love that.
And I was like, I'm here for it. And then I said to her, P.S., are you okay? Right? Because I thought,
Why not? Always got
maybe
eyes.
she needs me now. Why wait until Monday
yeah,
if she needs me now?
yeah.
And so when she rang me, she goes, oh, Nance, like, I love and I hate that about us, our makeup. She goes, because automatically you went into, are you all right? Do you need something? And she was like, no, I just want to go back to the old school.
Just wanna hang out.
Pick up the phone and chat. And I had to unpack that for her and say, look, it's not that I went into old, you know, non-Vic style, like, what's the matter? What's the matter? It was more that if there was something the matter, you didn't need to wait for the Monday. Pick up the
Yes.
phone, message me. I say to my friend as well, you know, Jeanette, you know, I barely answer the phone. We rarely answer the phone for each other because we want that hour together.
You want to be present.
So if
You
I
don't just
haven't
wanna-
got
Yeah.
the hour, I won't answer.
Yep.
And she's the same.
Fair.
And then we'll book in a time that we know that we've got the time to actually discuss things properly. So anyway, this 2.5 hours we were on the phone.
I love that.
I love that. And I hung up and I was like, therapy. I didn't even have to
Unexpected.
swipe my card.
Unexpected therapy.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Filled my cup.
And one of those things, I guess, like you talk about the friendships that you're not in each other's pocket. You don't have to know
No.
when each other are going to the bathroom
No.
and what you did every second of every
Yep.
day.
Yep.
But it's those quality over quantity ones sometimes where you pick up after, you know, longer periods of not maybe speaking regularly or
Yep.
whatever. And it's just like nothing has changed.
Yep.
The ones that you can dive straight into the depths of your being.
Yeah.
I love that. I've got lots of those friendships.
Have you got just random things that probably maybe even random people that don't have to be close to you in your circle? Have you got random things that someone has said to you and it's just stuck?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you think of any?
100%.
Yeah?
I can think of one that always stuck with me from
Yeah.
when I was about 14. One of my first jobs was, I've mentioned before, like working in the family hardware store. I used to sweep the driveway, sweep the counters and everything.
Yeah.
And the counter used to be in the middle.
Yeah.
And it had like a 50-50, like a roller door that would come down. So in the morning, if it was trade desk, you could close it on one side.
Yep.
Anyway. And I remember like one of my first days there, I was sweeping and I had swept the half that was open. And I said, I'm finished. And Peter, my supervisor, said, you haven't finished? I said, yeah, I have. I've done what I've done. He was like, what about the other side? He said, when you go to the toilet, do you wipe half your ass? I said, no. He said,
I'd
okay.
expect that.
Okay. So when you go to the toilet, you don't wipe half your ass. You're going to do the job. You're going to do the whole job. Don't do a half wipe. Do
Please
a full
do
wipe.
the whole job when you
And literally for the subsequent 10 years that I worked under Peter, forevermore, we referred to anyone who did a half a job as a half wipe.
Oh my God,
A half wipe.
I haven't had a half a wiper since.
And I tell you what, and I say it to like the boys now, like it's funny. It just stuck with me because I was like, it's a great analogy and it's so true.
So good.
Like if you're going to do the job, do it properly. Do you wipe half your ass or not?
oh my God.
Do you walk around with skitties?
Yeah.
And so like even now when I say it to my boys, I'm like, do you wipe half your bum?
Oh my God, that's great. I love that.
It's good, right?
I love that. Oh wow, mine are just like Debbie Downer after that.
Oh, really?
Well, not Debbie Downer, but that's hilarious. I love that.
I see, like the ones that stick with me are ones like that. Like that, I think I might have mentioned Sam before, another friend and a mentor who I've always looked up to. He said to me one day when I oh, Jesus, I must have been like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And he goes, Whiffam. I was asking him for
Oh,
help.
yes,
And he
yes.
goes, Whiffam, what's in it for me?
Yes, you're right.
And
yeah.
that's always stuck with me.
You've
Like,
broken that one down before.
That's a good one.
I think I've just touched on the fact that, and I'm pretty sure it was him, but I've been to 2 Tony Robbins seminars.
Love
in
it.
Sydney,
That's me trying to
in
do his
Sydney.
deep voice. I can't.
Simney. I just said Simney, I think. But anyway, in Sydney. And anyway, I'm pretty sure it was one of those seminars. I don't know what the topic was of that moment, but it was allowing people to do things for you, right? And if you don't, and I'm one of those people that I struggle to allow people to do things for me, and I'll never forget, and I use this a lot with my friendship circle, don't take away the giving.
Don't take away the giving.
Don't take away the giving. Like if I want to do something for you,
Yeah.
I want to do it. So that's why I'm doing it. By
Yeah.
you not accepting it and quickly wanting to give me something back, you're taking away that
The
moment.
joy for you of giving it to
correct.
me. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't take away the giving.
Yeah, I
and
like
I
that.
have many arguments with friends because I'm that person straight away. I'm like, oh, payback. And then I go, oh, don't take away the giving. So if I'm doing something for you, don't automatically think I need something in return.
Okay, well, like that's like when I buy coffees for us some days, and you'd be like, no, you got the coffee last time. And I'm like, can you just fucking chill it out? Like it's $6.
Yeah, I
But
know.
hang on, can I
Okay.
just say, isn't that
Yes.
crazy that how comfortable we are to be like, that's $6 for a coffee? That's ludicrous.
I know. See?
But I'm also like, it's $6. Don't worry about it. Like, it's a coffee.
Yeah.
It's
So,
the gesture. Like, and I love, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like my mum's love language is food
yes, of course.
and giving
Same
us
with
food.
my mum.
You
Yeah.
can, you get it, right?
Yep.
And you can just see that
Yeah.
and if you say like, well, she'll be like, oh, do you want a pot of sauce this week? And if I say no, she's like, oh, all right, it's all right.
Yeah.
But I know it's not going to go begging. Like it's,
Yeah.
hello, there's 5 of us. Someone's going to get it.
Yeah.
But it's like I can see that you take away the joy
You
of,
take
of
away
saying
the
yes
giving.
and the joy that she gets of giving it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. See?
Yeah, you're right.
I think, that will stick with you.
That's
now,
a good one.
probably.
That's a bit like don't yuck somebody's yum.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a
I
bit
get
like that when someone's like, oh my God, I love that. And you go,
Yes.
oh, that's disgusting. That's not for
Yes.
me. Or,
Yep.
oh, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
Don't yuck their yum.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't like that turn of phrase, perhaps, but there are.
The other one that sticks with me, now we've kind of turned this into phrases that have stuck
Well, no,
with you, but
it's therapy. They're
it's
therapeutic
therapy.
phrases. They're quotes. They're ethos. They're mantras that people can live by.
I remember when Jaden was born and he was in ICU for the first 12 days. And I remember Adelaide United were actually in the grand final and he was in ICU. So I dressed him up that day.
I remember the
I
photo.
dressed him up and he had this thing on that said, "My dad is huge,"
Yes,
on
yes.
there. And anyway, I dressed him up and we were having a great old time. Me and one of the nurses there. She was so gorgeous. Anyway, we're getting, and she's like, let's hurry up because we need to hurry up because when they sleep, they grow. So she didn't want us to interrupt him for too long, like getting him ready. She goes, quickly, come on, because when they sleep, they grow. And I was like, oh. And she goes, yeah. When it's sleep time for a baby, especially a newborn, if you're interrupting their sleep, you're interrupting their growth.
Oh.
So every time, like, I put Jaden to bed, or if I'm like, oh, he's not getting enough sleep tonight, because I'm thinking
He's not growing enough.
when they sleep, they grow.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
that's stuck with me always.
Yeah, it's funny, like that location and the picture you sort of paint there. We had a midwife come in when we had Leonardo.
Yeah.
And everyone who came in that room, every midwife,
Yeah.
who was, again, fantastic team, but everyone had an opinion.
Yeah.
Or everyone had like a different way of dealing with the
Yes.
same problem.
Yeah.
And we actually said to one of our, like the lead mother hen, I don't know what you call it, matron midwife,
Yeah.
mother superior.
Yeah.
She came in to check on us one day and was like, "How you guys going?" We said, "Good." We said, "Oh, look, we're not sure sort of what to listen to with some of this advice." And she gave the beautiful one that cut through. She goes, "Guys, everyone's going to come in here with an opinion, right? Look at this wall, this blank wall. Everyone's going to come in here with their own marker and they're going to write their advice in their own color, their own texter.
Yep.
Your job is going to be to take what you like
Yes.
from that wall, from that collage. You can
Yep.
say, actually, I like that one. I'll take that one. That one works for me. That one doesn't work for me."
Yeah.
Everyone's going to put their mark on the wall, but it's up to you to take what you want from it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really good way of putting it, not just for
Yeah.
like medical advice.
Yep.
You should always seek
Yeah.
professional medical advice. But for
Yeah.
anything, like when you do find yourself at a bit of a crossroads in life and you do seek counsel with your friends or your family and you get opposing suggestions,
Yes.
that can be confusing. If you're
Yes.
someone who's like, I don't know what to do and I don't want to make that decision,
Yeah.
and you're someone who seeks someone else to make that decision for you, that can be very confusing. So it
Yes.
is really, it comes back to you.
Yeah.
And what do you want to take? What do you want to be the outcome? And
Yeah.
what do you align with?
Yeah. I I have that thing that sometimes I want to try and fix people's problems, which
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Now we are now we are definitely going to cross into another topic that I wanted to talk about.
all right, well
which is somewhat, I guess, random therapy in a way because it's self-reflecting.
we can make it another topic if you
Well,
know.
no, it isn't. It isn't. But like, so you've just hit the nail on the head because
Yeah.
I had asked about another topic for us today was personal blind spots.
Yes.
What are the things in your life that you have a blind spot to? For me, it's fixing other people's problems. Like
Right.
I know that and you're the same. You're exactly the same. They're blind spots for us that
Yeah.
sometimes I don't see it because I don't think I'm not causing any trouble. I'm helping.
Yeah.
But people reflect it to me. They go, you always fix other people's problems.
Yes, I get what you're saying, but sometimes you just need to hold space for people to be able to vent. And that's probably where sometimes, not that we're crossing the line.
No, we're not crossing the line.
No, but do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a blind spot for me as well, is
Yeah.
that I hold too much space.
Correct. I'm exactly the same. But sometimes it's like just let them say it out loud. Say it out loud maybe. Maybe they don't have the chance or, communication with a partner isn't open
But
or
my
whatever.
blind
so
spot
they
is
just-
that I'm always
Yeah.
so open to listen and
Yeah.
open to hold space that then I can
Yeah,
I
my
lose
downfall.
time.
Yeah, my downfall is my brain goes into overdrive of how am I going to fix this for them.
Oh no, not even that. Like it's more just like I could be on the phone for so long listening
Yeah.
to someone because I don't want to interrupt their problem.
Yeah.
I want to hold that space. So I
Yeah.
won't cut them off and be like, look, I've got to go.
Yeah.
But I do and I don't. It really depends. If they're just starting, if I can see they're launching into what's going to be a 4-hour
Yeah.
TED talk, I'll be
Yeah.
like, before you start,
Yes.
I need to stop you. I do not have the time right now,
Yeah.
but I want to give you, like you
Yeah.
started with, I want to give you my time and attention properly.
Yeah.
So I'll come back.
Yeah.
I find that I'm random therapy for a lot of people.
Yes.
If I was to quickly like refocus it back to
absolutely.
random therapy, and I reckon you're the same.
Yeah.
But you know what that is? I reckon there's like sometimes is it you that says it? Do I have a sign on my head that says information?
I do say that.
I didn't even, like 2 weeks ago, I was leaving the casino
Yeah.
after a wedding. And as I walked from upstairs, I got off the escalator. One guy stopped me. Excuse me, mate, where's the bathrooms? No, how do I get upstairs to VIP? I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just go up here, up there. No, just follow that. Cool, thanks. I took another 3 steps and there's 3 guys, excuse me, mate, where's the bathrooms? I was
Yeah.
like, I don't work here.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you don't? You just look like you know where you're going. I said, okay. Do I have information on my head?
Yeah.
Or people come and they just open up. They open up to me
Yeah.
like instantly.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm that kind of person that does seem to attract that because
Yeah.
I'm happy to listen.
Yep.
But then I become their random therapy.
Yeah. I think I went through a phase where there was a few years that I withheld a lot of stuff. I think it was
From
I think
others?
no, like I'm saying I suppressed things
yes,
within
that
myself.
you didn't share with other
I didn't
people.
share
Yeah.
or I didn't deal with things.
100%.
Yeah, so
Been there.
there was lots of situations, and then I think I caught myself. I went completely the other way. Like any random would know my whole story, and do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went from like I suppressed it, and then when I went like, oh, it actually feels nice
To share.
to talk about it. I reckon there was like just
Open the floodgate.
yeah, it did, and I think I caught myself for a bit there, and I'm like, no, I just need to keep going here because I need to get it out.
See, that's interesting. Like I feel like there are different parts that I've definitely like withheld or worked through myself that I haven't shared. And I probably don't share a lot.
Yeah,
And yet I do share a lot.
yeah.
I share enough that people probably think that they know enough about me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that I've gotten back a lot lately as circles have changed and
Yeah.
workplaces and clientele and friendships. And
Yeah.
it's funny, like you go through seasons of life. And a lot of people are not from my past lives
Yep.
at all.
Yep.
So they have no idea about a lot of my past, about my background, my
Yes,
experiences.
that's right.
And when they hear little glimmers of it, they're like, what?
It's exactly.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
You did that. How many lives have you lived? Like
Yes.
people are like amazed by that.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, oh, like there's definitely still a veil of mystery And I keep people guessing, I suppose.
But no, I think it's because there's new people that have come into your life later on and you just expect them to know your story.
Because I know my story.
Exactly right. So sometimes I'll drop in little comments as if, but I'll be like, and they'll be like, what?
Yeah,
and
people are buzzed out. They're like, what do you mean you did that?
And I just say it
Casually
because I think that they knew. Oh, when I did that, or when it's exactly the same. Another thing that, you've told me before, but your vibe checks. Oh, the birds.
Oh my God.
Oh.
They sound nice.
They do sound nice.
That's lovely. I should have closed the windows, but they sound nice.
Your vibe checks could be morning therapy for people.
Well, they very much are.
Yeah, of course.
And it's funny because I've just changed my schedules around again. We're going through a bit of a recalibration by design over here. And vibe checks. Yesterday I was walking back and I was like, oh my God, I'm not ready for a vibe check. That's why I put my little survey, just being like, vibe checks, bring them back, don't care, or what's a vibe check?
Yeah.
Can I tell you, the split is 90-10.
Wow.
90% bring it back.
Yeah, of course.
No one has said no. Mm-hmm. And the 10%.
What's vibe check? Because they're newbies,
because
maybe.
They're new. And the people that have asked the question, what's a vibe check?
Yeah.
I'm immediately excited to be like, let me share with you what a vibe check was.
Yeah.
Just to start your day. And so I'm going to bring them back from next week.
Absolutely.
The vibe checks.
There you go.
And you know what I mean? And it's funny, I said, it's been 6 months since I've done them. And I've always said that it was because if it doesn't feel right or if I wasn't aligned, it didn't fit in my morning. And it doesn't. Whereas now we're recalibrating.
Yeah.
Get my mornings back.
Yep.
And I can tell you that the difference I've already felt in this week alone of having just my time and even just the thought of a vibe check has been a bit therapeutic for me now.
Yeah. And I was speaking to you about something before we got on air today, and I think I need a bit of therapy to get me back on track with getting myself going more in the direction I want to go, as opposed to getting caught up morally in, I get caught up with doing things the right way.
You have a high justice principle is what you do have.
I do.
And as do I. And that's probably my number one blocker. Absolutely. Is my own justice principle gets in my way because I'm like, I've done everything right, correctly, morally, ethically. And then I'm like, when I'm not necessarily met with that back, I feel very disheartened and I feel frustrated. And then I can spend a bit of time sitting and feeling frustrated as opposed to just moving on with life and going, you know what? Yeah. Get over it because not everyone is operating. And that's, again, looking at like personal blind spots. One of my personal blind spots is expecting everyone to match the same level of value or output that I have. I can't expect that because I'm disappointed every time.
Yeah. And I feel like in the coming weeks, I don't know if we're going to go there on an episode or not, but I do feel like I need some random therapy with acknowledging and accepting a milestone.
Which is a really good thing.
It's a great thing.
Because I was actually going to send you a link to one of our earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Age, it's just a number.
Yeah.
Because I think that there's some really good reflections in there for you that might be something for yourself to hear yourself say. Take some advice from the old Nancy Timpano.
I know. It's just confronting sometimes.
It is.
It's confronting when you're approaching, I don't know, a number, a milestone that, I don't know, maybe back in the day that seemed quite like, I don't know, old and...
Back in the day it did, whereas now I think it's totally not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Struggle Street.
Well, look, again, we've got lots to talk about, guys. We've got lots to talk about, and we will talk about this over the next few weeks. I think we've touched on a lot today. Today was random therapy, and definitely this has been a therapeutic episode. I think for people to listen, this has been quite calm, quite cathartic. I think there's a lot of thought-provoking messages in today's episode, Nance.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a bit of random therapy for you listening, and I hope it is. And if it is, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know.
Because then, not only did we start with random therapy, you start the reflective conversations around personal blind spots. To talk about the relationships and the dynamic you have with friendships. How they all play into it. And then I guess that idea of wanting more and doing it by design and saying, well, what is stopping you from getting where you want to be or feeling the way you want? It's got to be a conscious choice. You have to plan to get there. You have to know that it goes from 0 to 10 with 10 steps in between. It doesn't go from 0 to 10. And this is for anyone listening. No, I'm not saying this to you, Nance. This is for everyone.
It's true.
Like, it's the idea of going, okay, well, what do I want? How do I get there? What is the cost? The cost might be time, money, quality, experience. But what's the greater cost? If you don't do it, you just stay in the same place.
Yep.
Right?
Can I also say, and like in perhaps closing this
Please,
episode, and
yes.
it's not a segue, but it really did make me think. Something else that's random therapy for both of us is, by now you would know that Vince and I are ambassadors for the Longest Table this year.
Absolutely.
We are hosting our More Livin' event, Christmas in July, on the 25th of July. And the reason this ties back with random therapy is I feel like it's a lot of work to do something like this. It is a lot of work. But where it's random therapy is knowing the impact that money raised is going to have on people, and is already having by all the other ambassadors in the past that have raised money. But it really does keep me going with momentum to keep going. Keep ball busting. I'm sorry, guys. Asking, yes, if you're a business out there, can you give us something? Do you want to donate? Do you want to come along? You will be hearing more of that. And it's coming from a great place.
Absolutely.
It's coming from our hearts because we want to raise as much money as possible. Just think, if you were to spend $120, come and have a feed, come and have a night out, but leave knowing that your belly's full, but you've contributed.
Your belly's full, your heart is full.
Yeah, but you've really contributed to a cause. Like, come on, if that's not random therapy,
Totally.
like you're getting while you are giving.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It's the gift that keeps on giving. And the best part about all of it is that every single dollar that we raise for the Hospital Research Foundation stays here.
Yes,
it
it
doesn't
does.
just go off overseas or interstate or to other programs. It stays right here, and we can see where every dollar goes. We can see the real impact in real life scenarios.
And the other thing that would be amazing is we always say, and some people are a little bit shy or slow to give us feedback or DMs or answer to our polls perhaps, but if you were to come on the night, come and tell us what you want to
Yes.
hear.
Oh my God,
come and
100%.
tell us what you think. Come and tell us if it's therapy for you or not. Come and tell us what your favourite episode is.
We love it.
Come along.
We will see you next Monday here on the pod, Livin' Podcast, at Livin_podcast on Instagram, on the socials. And we will see you hopefully 25th of July on the dance floor. We'll be there. We'll be boogieing away in our daggy Christmas sweaters.
We sure will.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
See you then.
Well, I mean, like, it is always therapeutic because we're on the couch. We're already halfway there.
I know, we're halfway there. But again, I feel like that was another little random therapy.
Love it.
And you don't have to swipe your Medicare either.